You know the feeling. We've all been there. You're trying to get some work done, maybe do a little research, or just unwind. And then, bam, you hit that digital wall, the dreaded access denied page. It's so frustrating, right? It feels like the internet, this huge, open space, has just suddenly decided to put up a fence just for you. Well, today, we're going to show you how to take that fence apart piece by piece.
And that quote, that's really our guiding principle here. This isn't about breaking rules just for the sake of it. It's about understanding that for pretty much every digital lock out there, a key exists. It's all about empowerment.
And that's the real question, isn't it? You wouldn't use a sledgehammer to open a diary, and you definitely wouldn't use a paperclip to try and open a bank vault. So today, we're building your digital toolkit. The goal is to make sure you can pick the right key for the right lock every single time.
Okay, first, let's just get one thing straight. The internet is not this completely open road that we all imagine it to be. Nope, it's actually filled with what you might call digital fences and walled gardens, all put up by companies, schools, and even entire governments. Our mission is to figure out how to navigate right through them.
So this is probably the most crucial part. You just can't bypass a block if you don't know what kind of block it is. Is it a simple little picket fence, or are we talking about a fortified concrete wall? See, before you can even think about picking a lock, you got to inspect it first.
So let's break this down. Most of the blocks you'll ever run into fall into one of three buckets. You've got geo-restrictions, which are all about where you are in the world. Then there are network firewalls, the simple filters you find at work or school. And then there's the big one, government censorship, which uses some really heavy-duty tech to block information on a massive scale.
All right, let's get into our first tool. And honestly, this is the heavy artillery, the VPN. If you need one tool that can handle almost any situation with the absolute best security, this is going to be it. Think of it as the master key in your brand new toolkit.
So how does this thing actually work? Well, a VPN creates a secure, totally encrypted tunnel for all of your internet data. It then sends that data to a server somewhere else in the world, let's say Germany. Now, to any website you visit, it looks like you are in Germany. Your local network at school or work, they just see a stream of encrypted gibberish that they can't possibly read or block.
But of course, it's not all perfect, right? There are always trade-offs. The pros are huge. You get total encryption, access to servers all over the globe, and a no-logs policy on any good VPN, which means they don't track what you do. The cons? Well, all that encryption can slow your connection down a bit, you do have to install some software, and some services like Netflix are getting way smarter at detecting and blocking them.
And that brings us to a really crucial piece of advice. I want you to remember this quote anytime you see the words free VPN.
Let's be super clear here. Running a global VPN service costs a lot of money. So if they aren't charging you a subscription fee, you have to ask, how are they making money? Well, they're making it from you. They might be selling your browsing data, injecting ads into the pages you visit, or sometimes worse. For real security, a reliable, audited, paid service is absolutely non-negotiable. Okay, so what if you can't install a VPN? Or maybe you just need a super quick, temporary fix? Well, let's move on to the next set of tools in our kit, proxies and DNS changes. These are definitely faster, but as you're about to see, they come with a major security compromise.
Okay, this right here is so important to understand. On the left, you have a VPN, creating that secure, encrypted tunnel we talked about. But on the right, you have a proxy, and it's just a middleman. It fetches the website for you, sure, but your traffic is completely unencrypted. Your boss, your school, your internet provider, they can see everything. A proxy might be fine for checking a sports score, but you should never, ever use it for online banking or anything sensitive.
Now for a very clever, kind of low-level trick. Sometimes a network block is just lazy. It works by telling the local network's phone book, that's the DNS server, that a certain website doesn't exist. So all we have to do is tell our computer to use a different phone book. It's that simple. And it's surprisingly easy to do. You just pop into your network settings, find the spot for DNS servers, and you replace whatever's in there with a public one, like Cloudflare's 1.1.1.1 or Google's 8.8.8.8. You save it, and boom, you've just bypassed the simplest kind of block there is.
All right, time for a rapid-fire round. Sometimes the firewall you're up against is just old, maybe it's poorly configured, or maybe the person who set it up just got lazy. For those times, these simple little workarounds can be surprisingly effective.
First up, just use the IP address. Some filters are set up to block the name, website.com, but they forget to block its actual numeric address. You can often find this with a quick ping command and then just paste those numbers directly into your browser.
Next, the Google cache trick. Oh, this is a lifesaver if you just need to read the text on a page. In your Google search results, just look for that little arrow or the 3 dots next to the URL and click Cached. Google will serve you up a saved copy of the page from its own unblocked servers.
And finally, the URL shortener. This one is almost laughably simple, but you'd be surprised how often it works. A filter might be programmed to block one specific URL. So you just run that URL through a service like Bitly, and it creates a brand new link that the filter doesn't recognize yet. Easy.
So we filled our toolkit with everything from a master key to a simple paperclip. Now comes the most important part, knowing which tool to use for which job. It's time to put it all together.
This table is basically your cheat sheet. If you're facing a simple school or office firewall, try a DNS change or maybe a proxy first. Easy stuff. Want to watch a streaming service from another country? A VPN is exactly what you need to change your IP address. And if you're up against serious government censorship, please don't mess around. A high-quality, paid VPN is the only tool that gives you the strong encryption you need to stay safe.
So why does all of this matter? Well, because ultimately, it's about a fundamental principle. The internet was designed to be a tool for connection, for sharing knowledge. Letting a simple filter or some restrictive policy block that access, well, that goes against the very spirit of the web.
And make no mistake, this is an ongoing battle. As the tools to bypass restrictions get better and better, the tools to create those restrictions get more and more sophisticated. It's a constant digital arms race.
And this is what the future is starting to look like. It's a concept called obfuscation. The next generation of VPNs aren't just being designed with strong encryption, they're being built with technology that actually disguises the VPN traffic itself. It makes it look just like normal, everyday internet browsing, so it can't be easily detected and blocked.
Which leaves us with one final big question. As the locks get more complex and the walls get higher in this ongoing war for access, what new, ingenious keys are we going to have to invent next? What will that next generation of tools even look like?